It is a very rainy day here in Houston, Texas. In today's video, I am going to install my new security camera system. For those of you who don't know, I am converting a ex-U-Haul box truck into a work living space. I've been doing it for the past 6 months. Had a lot of challenges, a lot of mess ups, but in a good rhythm right now. And one thing that I have been really wanting for a while is to get a basic sort of security system, just to keep an eye on things outside without having to open my door. At this moment in time, I don't have any windows, so my only option is to open a door, my front door or my back door. The problem with opening a door is that the more that you open the door, more people see it, the more people see that, hold on a minute, this guy is in and out quite a lot, what's he doing in the back? The more suspicious people get. So I wanted to have a little camera system. So I did a lot of research on the different camera systems. So I settled on this. This is the Blink Outdoor. It is the XR version, which is $20 more. This is for an extended range. I definitely don't need the cameras to be 400 feet away from the source, but I figured that it can't hurt having an extra little boost on the signal. And the way that these work is you get two cameras, two outdoor cameras, and little mounts, and then you get a sync module that goes inside that records everything. I believe it records everything. Fucking hope so. You get a little sync module that records everything, but you can also use the app on your phone to connect and look outside. This should hopefully do everything I want to. And the reason why I got it today is because it was on offer, so it was like half price. I saw it on Amazon, ordered it, and then realized that Lowe's also sells these things and they were doing the same price. So I went to Lowe's and I'm just about to cancel my Amazon order. So yeah, let's take a look at what's inside the box and I'll break down why I think that it's going to be very useful. So as I said, it is the Blink Outdoor 4 XR. They're definitely a little bit bigger than I thought they were going to be, to be honest with you. Ooh, they are chunky little boys. They are chunky. They feel pretty sturdy though. So we have two of the outdoor cameras. So they have this sync module. So there's a couple of ways of connecting to the cameras. You can just have it so it's just Wi-Fi and you connect directly, the cameras directly to your Wi-Fi. However, what you can do is you can have this sync module, which still connects to your Wi-Fi, but it has a little slot in it, which I think is this one, where you can put in an SD card and record footage. The reason why I wanted to do this is because I actually use less power by connecting to this rather than the Wi-Fi. So it works out. Plus this just runs off USB as well. So most of my stuff is DC. I have a lot of these USB chargery things around, so I can just plug this into that and power this quite easily. So what else is in the box? I imagine these are the little mounts that you get. Yeah. Okay, so these are the little mounts and the batteries for each camera. And I guess this is a screwdriver or some screws, okay. Makes sense. Okay, so pretty simple. So in theory, there we go. You can see it. It's fairly quick. There's maybe like a second delay, which isn't terrible. Okay, that was easy. So in the meantime, I'm going to see these little mounts and try and figure out. I've seen one other van lifey person use the Blink cameras and they seem to have some success with it. They stayed on okay. There you go. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. So I think the mounts are pretty good. And what I'll use is like VHB tape, I think. There you go. Testing. Oh wow, it's like a rap video. Okay. Okay, cool. So there they are. So far so good. They're definitely a bit bigger. I don't know whether it comes out on camera how chunky they are, but they're pretty chunky. I thought they'd be a little bit more stealth than that, and I don't think I can paint them white. So yeah, my thinking is right now, you can have up to 10 cameras. I'm obviously not going to have 10 cameras, but my thinking is to have one on the front cab. So on the passenger side, looking out to cover the whole of the front and door, depending on the angle. I'll test that out. And then one on the back, in between the solar panels, looking down, covering the sort of back. The reason why I'm not thinking of having any on the sides at the moment is there's not really that much that people can do being on the side of the truck. There's no entrances or anything like that. They could maybe steal my gas. I guess I'll just have to see how much of an angle everything covers. Maybe the best way of doing it is to have two only on the sides. I don't know how much of a blind spot I'm gonna have. So I guess I'll do some experimentation. They're cheap enough that investing in 4 isn't like a massive investment. This was 90 for the 2 and the sync module, and then you can get 2 more cameras, I think, for maybe 60. One of the reasons why I wanted to get these as opposed to like a wired system is for the fact that these batteries last for, they say 2 years, depending on how much you use it. They seem pretty power efficient. The only thing that really is drawing any power is the sync module, which I believe doesn't draw that much power unless it's recording. So with a wired system, as soon as you turn it on, you're drawing power from your main system. So if I'm low power, these just run off batteries that I'll have a stash of anyway. So I won't be drawing from my main power. I think that's one thing I've realized recently is now that I'm like building it out to sort of full capacity is like I'm getting really power conscious as to what stuff I can run off battery. If I can run something off its own individual battery, I'm gonna go towards that because it means that it can be recharged or buy alkaline batteries to put in it. I'm not just reliant on the sun or my own power system. So the more that I can run off something that's USB rechargeable or battery powered, the better for me. So that's why these are super useful, because they only draw power when I choose to connect to them. I'm just going to have them mainly for night times so that if I hear something outside, I can turn on the cameras and take a look to see what's going on. For now, I'm going to maybe check to see how much coverage I can get by installing this one in the front of the cab, or at least just checking the angle first. Okay, so my initial idea was having the camera like here, so it's out of sight. That's really not going to capture anything on the side. Let's see. Do a little live view. Okay, if it's this one. Oh wow, that captures like a lot. Just to show you what it's capturing. That's what it's capturing right now. So it covers most of the cab and both windows. It can't see that far. That's the only thing, is that it can't see crazy amount outside the window. So the view goes from it's probably about 140, 160 degree. I don't know for sure, but this gives a good lookout. Noise cameras. Okay. Can I put it on here? What does that look like? It gives a pretty good look at everything, really. Or do I put it here? That's probably a better place, isn't it? Oh god, I want to clean this whole vehicle. Ready, gang? Okay, it's on, it's done, it's in, it's secured. Okay. Okay. Let's see how that does. Now let's take a look at the front. This is ultimately where the final placement is. The front of the cab gives a nice point of view of the street and the side windows as well. I didn't want to put it any higher up because it actually blocks more than it shows. And then on the back as well, where it can show anyone approaching or hanging around outside the back of the truck as well. So yeah, I've got pretty much a full amount of coverage, really. And now I can project the view of my back door 3 foot high on my wall, if I want to, or even my front cab. I can just sit and watch my front cab all day with nothing happening.